Hey, 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 everybody. Good day, good day. Hoo-ha! Yes, Wayne, I'm loving all the energy and the enthusiasm. Good day, Gladys. Good day, Pastor Al. Good day, Tim. It's good to see everybody joining in on this beautiful Monday morning. Welcome to Morning Sip with Rev Melissa, coming to you live right now on New Thought Media Network and on I Am Rev Melissa on Facebook and YouTube. Hey, Diego. I hope everyone had a wonderful weekend. I know I did, and I will get into that when we get into some joy news, Lenora. So, it's Monday, and most Mondays mean what? Most Mondays mean a new series. And so, I was like, okay, now, what we going to talk about today? What we going to talk about today? I set my intention last night for the new series. And when I woke up this morning, my download wasn't there. I was hello, download please. So I just kept doing what I do, went ahead and did my spiritual practice. I didn't go out walking this morning. I just did some movement in the house, Lindsay, instead of going out this morning. And, you're just in the flow. And then I started to think about you all and think about I wonder if they did their homework. I wonder what they noticed over the weekend. Remember, because last week we was talking about Providence, and one of the days we talked about the RAS. Remember, the reticular activating system? And your homework over the weekend was to pay attention to what you are noticing about yourself, to notice the good, to notice all the wonderfulness about you. Did y'all do that? Did y'all do that this weekend? I want to know. Please put it in the comments. Let me know. Or did y'all forget all about it after SIP was over? My mama would call that one in one ear, out the other, right? So just let me know how it was for you, your RAS. And it's going. It's keeping going. Hey, George, watching from Uganda. Hey, my brother. It's good to have you here with us on Morning Sip. Lindsay saying, yep, she did it. She was in consciousness about what she was noticing about herself. Wonderful, Lindsay. Wonderful. Gladys keeping it real. She said she forgot. Sorry. It's okay. Because you know what? Today is another day, and we get to choose what we're going to do today. All right? Oh, yes, Diego. I love me. Self-appreciation, RAS, is a daily practice. I know that's right. So good morning, Mommy. You're just in time. I'm getting ready to talk about our new series. Yes. Tim said, I forgot to notice. Everybody, we're going to do it all week. Just pay attention, right? Pay attention to what you are noticing about yourself, because the providence never forgets about you. Divine providence never forgets about you. That's okay, everybody. It's okay. So let's notice today. And we're going to add on to that with our new series. All right. So our new series is Trans. 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 I said, what? I said, wait, Spirit, you a little late. Pride Month was in June. Why didn't you give me the download of Trans in June? You late. And Spirit said, no, baby, I'm always right on time. I said, okay, let's see where we're going with this. So I just started to write. And so I think I've shared on a couple of occasions that I am able to connect deeply in writing with my intuition and with spirit. That's how it flows through me, through writing and also audio, right? So I hear it and I also feel it. But the dominant one for me is writing. So I said, okay, where are we going with trans? I started to write. And I just ask Spirit to lead me, just lead my hand, just tell me what we're doing, right? And Spirit said, we do what we always do. We do what we always do, beloved. Let's look up the word trans. I said, well, that's a good idea, Spirit. Let's look up the word trans while I clean my glasses. So, I got my trusty dictionary and I looked up the word trans. So, of course, there was a lot of information about trans in the sense of transgender, right? And I knew that I was clear that that's not what the focus for this series would be on. Shout out to all the transgender folks. Yes, love is love. Love is love, y'all. And I'm all about love in any way, shape, or form that it takes, right? But I knew it wasn't about transgender. So I kept reading the definitions. And I came to prefix, the prefix trans. I said, oh, okay, let's dig into that. So the prefix trans is occurring in loan words from Latin. So the origins of trans is Latin, right? It's used with the meaning across, beyond, through, changing thoroughly, on the other side of. I said, okay, I could get with that. Across, beyond, through. Right? So I sat with that. The next thing I hear is, let's do meditation. I said, okay, well, let's do meditation. We're going a little out of order today, Spirit, but I'm going to go with you. Let's do meditation. So I usually go on YouTube, or I'll go on Insight Timer or Headspace, one of those platforms, and put in a meditation based on the series or based on how I'm feeling, if I want to shift some energy, it all depends. So I'm looking through, nothing is stirring up for me at all. So I said, okay, I'll do a silent meditation, So that's what I do. I set my timer for just 10 minutes and I sit in the silence and I'm just breathing and it's beautiful and I'm good. So come out of meditation. And the next direction, the next guidance is to Google the word trans. So I'm like, okay, let's Google it. So I Google it and I see a whole bunch of stuff, of course, about transgendered and, all of that information. I kept looking. And then something strikes my eye. And it's a book called Soul and Spirit and Dance Movement Psychotherapy, a transpersonal approach. And it's by Jill Hayes. I said, I don't know why I'm drawn to this. It's about dance movement as psychotherapy. But I said, okay, well, let's go there. Right. So I go there and I click on the link and I start to read and I'm immediately pulled in. It's fascinating. But I'm still like, what does this have to do with my series this week, Spirit? I just keep reading and I come upon this. I want to read this to you. Jill Hayes writes in the book, Soul and Spirit and Dance Movement Psychotherapy, a transpersonal approach. She writes, poetically and metaphorically, the prefix trans brings with it an image of energy passing through like a wind of change, changing and creating a pivotal moment of potentiality for something else. I was like, I like this. Pivotal moment, right? A potentiality for something else. Transpersonal experience is therefore the experience of soul and spirit passing through the body. I said, I'm liking that too. And then I'll just read this last part. Oh, this is what I wrote in my journal. I like the meaning of trans as through and beyond because it suggests that by traveling through the personal, we can find spirit in the heart of self. So that last part is what Jill wrote. We can find spirit in the heart of self. So I was listening to Sekou this morning as I was getting myself prepared. And if you don't know about it, you need to find out because I'm gonna tell you right now. Sekou is on at 10 a.m. the Be Your Own Hero show, and he was talking about his download and how when he's jogging without having his headphones in, it's just him, in the nature of what he is doing, he gets a download today, right? Now, listen to what she said. She says a transpersonal experience is therefore the experience of soul and spirit passing through the body. That is what Sekou experienced when he was jogging this morning without any outside influences. It was just him and spirit, right? And he's in motion. And what is soul and spirit dance motion, right? Jogging is motion. Jogging could be a form of dance, right? You're moving your body, right? Your energy is activated. Your all the good hormones are on yes, they're on that yes frequency, right? And it's open to receive. Your body is open to receive the information, right? And what is our body? Our body is nothing more than, and I say this because this is major, our body is nothing more than the expression by which spirit is coming through as, right? Our body is the vehicle for spirit. Yes? Oh, yes, y'all. So the trans, the through and beyond is happening through this vessel. Yes. And when we're engaged with our vessel, the way Sekou is by jogging every single day, and by the other 45 people plus who are saying yes to the movement, right? To move. We invite in spirit, right? We invite it in. We'll become that open vessel. And it feels good because all the good hormones are already activated, right? And we're not thinking about a whole bunch of other stuff, right? There is a clear connection that we're feeling with our body. And that movement, that dance of soul and spirit through the body is activated. It is engaged, right? Providence is present. Yes? Oh, I got chills when I said that. Yes, providence is present. And so the invitation is for us to notice it. Notice it, y'all. RAS, your reticular activating system. We don't have to notice the bear. We don't have to notice, all the dangers from back in the day. We could spend more time noticing the way in which providence is seeking to move through us, right? To transform us. Yes. That is the level of noticing that we are being invited to step into, y'all. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. So when I read Across, Beyond, and Through, and it invites us to touch energies and images found in misty regions of consciousness. Misty regions. I love that word misty. Last week, we had a lot of misty rain. It felt so good. Misty rain and pour down rain has totally different energy for me, right? Misty rain feels like, oh, it just feels good on your skin. So I'm just walking and it's just the mist. It feels so good. Now, pour down rain is a whole nother thing for me. I don't like to be in the pour down rain. I don't like to drive in it. I don't like to walk in it. I don't like to do anything in the pour down rain. But some misty rain, oh yes, I could do some misty rain, y'all. Yes, I can. So the misty regions of our consciousness, right? That's where we're connecting to through me, right? And last year, I talked about the 4 stages of consciousness from Michael Bernard Beckwith's book, Life Visioning Process, right? And that through me level, that through me stage is what? The channel consciousness, right? The level of consciousness that spirit channels through. So when I talk about the downloads, that's simply what I'm talking about, right? Aligning myself with the state of consciousness of through me, that spirit is working through me, right? And that's the level of consciousness that we are being invited to connect to and stay connected to all day long, right? To notice it. All right, y'all. So through me is, and another way to think about the stages of consciousness is kingdom, right? So the 3rd kingdom is through me, right? Living in the energy and vibration of spirit expressing in and through me is what Michael Bernard Beckwith says. That is the 3rd level of consciousness, right? And so when we think about trance, we could think about it as a channel consciousness, right? And intuitive consciousness, the download, intuition, being connected, right? Intuitively, we all have it. We all have it, right? Practice with it, right? This is SIP, spirit and practice. That is what it's all about. So if you're saying, oh, I don't have intuition, I don't hear my intuition, I don't know if it's my intuition, how can you tell the difference between if it's just your mind chit-chatting and intuition? Because your intuition is loving, it's guiding. It has a feeling tone that resonates with you. It's nothing to fight against, right? It's nothing to fight against. So we all have it. And so we're practicing with our reticular activating system to notice intuition again, right? To turn it on every single moment, our intuitive consciousness, right? And that invites the through, the beyond, the across, the transformation, right? So that's where we're going, y'all. That's where we're going. And I just want to read this one line from Michael Bernard Beckwith's book, Life Visioning Process. The book is called Life Visioning. This is on page 95. Just this one line. So when we think about through me consciousness, we're at the level of consciousness that is the super consciousness, right? The super consciousness. And this is what he says. In the super conscious, intuition manifests itself in its true nature. So the invitation is for each one of us to be as our true nature, as our true nature. And what is our true nature? Our true nature is divine. Our true nature is good. Our true nature is wonderful. Our true nature is that we are divinely made, right? So that's where we are. So we're going to continue on this trance journey all week long. I'm so excited about what's seeking to come through me to share with you all. is such a blessing. It's such a blessing. All right, y'all. So it's Monday. I am Rev Melissa. I am an interfaith minister. I am a religious science practitioner, and I am a purpose coach. And in a couple of weeks, I am the spiritual director at Rockland Centers for Spiritual Living. And this is my ministry of joy in its fullness and in its wholeness. And I am so excited for the transformations that are available to each one of us when we connect to our yes. Connect to yes. So if you need support with connecting to your yes, to noticing your yes, then reach out to me. You can DM me and we can set up some time to talk. All right. If my ministry feels good to you in any way, if it resonates with you and you like to give to the Ministry of Joy, you can do so at Cash App and Venmo. I am Rev Melissa. I appreciate your generosity and I so appreciate your support. All right, y'all. So we're living life in joy, connected to our yes. So let's get into some joy news. All right, y'all. I'll tell you one thing. It's hot. It's hot in my studio. It's hot in my studio. So let me just dab a little bit so I can see better and get into some joy news. So, how was your weekend? How was your weekend, everybody? I had a good weekend. I had my personal best so far on Saturday. I went out with my walking group, and Saturdays we do a big walk, and I did 10 miles on Saturday. I could not believe it, y'all. I couldn't believe it. And the funny thing is, so we're walking back. We walk along the Bronx River trails. And so we're walking back, and I'm walking with one of the sisters, Tanya. And, we're just talking about our goals and different things. And I said, well, my goal is to walk 10 miles. And so she was like, I think you just about done that today. And I was like, no. That was the route that we took is just 8 miles. She said, I think we did a little bit more than that. So I look on my app and it says 9.27. I said, what? So we're finished, right? We're done. So I said, oh no, I cannot be this close to 10 and stop here. So I said, girl, I'm going to the park. So I went to the park. I walked around the park. I looked again. It was close, but not quite there. So I walked up a block and I said, by the time I walk to my car, it'll be 10. Got to my car, it was at 10.13. I said, well, I have to set a new goal. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I said, well, maybe this half marathon ain't out of reach, right? Maybe it ain't out of reach. It might get here sooner than I thought. I was thinking half marathon next year. Yeah. No. Oh, no, I'm noticing some things. So wherever you are with your challenge, the 30-day challenge that Say Cool is continuing on and on and on and on. If you haven't joined, it ain't too late. Come on and get on this because it feels good because we got to take care of the vessel. We got to take care of the vessel. Yes? All right. So that was on Saturday. On Sunday, Living Life in Joy, an amazing show with Jay White, who is the founder of Project Love Strong. She was on earlier in the year. There she is, beautiful sister. She is having an amazing event on July 24th from 12 to 2 in Nashville, Tennessee. There you go. Summer community outreach, all kinds of wonderfulness. That SW that you see right there in black and white, that is Say Cool Rights logo. And she has many partners, and exclusive announcement on Living Life in Joy was Haynes, y'all, has selected Project Love Strong as their partner for 2021. They have shipped her box loads of underclothes, underwear, t-shirts, socks, right? And she put out a call if you need, if you have an organization that needs children's size socks, she has stuff to share. She has stuff to share because she has a house full of boxes, right? So talk about providence. Talk about being connected to your yes. So check out Sunday's show. Hear about Jay White's connection to her yes. This is her 3rd year for Project Love Strong, and she is in it, right? She is strong about that love life. Yes, she is, and being of service to the unhoused. And so we have joined in the Congregation of Joy. We have partnered with Sekou with the Hero Ministry for the sock drive. We had a goal of 10. We are in the overflow at 12. Most of you have donated your socks back. And so the unhoused will receive actual Joy socks, which I am just ecstatic about, right? They will receive actual Joy socks, and the organizations are receiving 100% of the proceeds from the Joy socks. So we raised, the proceeds was $84 and change. I rounded it up to 100, and we have sent that donation over to Sekou, who will be presenting that monies and other monies that's being raised, because Sekou is doing his dollar for a mile. So, it's just so much wonderfulness that's coming out of all of this. So it's not too late. Sekou, come on and tell me what this is now. Come on now. You can't be throwing up stuff. And I'm like, what? What's that?
It's the same thing. You were talking about the dollar per mile thing. I made a flyer over the weekend because my friend was like, you don't have a flyer for that? And I was like, are you supposed to make a flyer for that? And she was like, yeah, I did for mine. So I made a flyer for it. So Sekou's Hero Run Streak. There we go.
I love it.
100% of the proceeds are going to be donated to those 6 nonprofits. Those are the $6 a mile pledges so far in the yellow upper right-hand corner. 62 miles is what I did in June, and 65 miles is my goal for July. And that would be about 127 miles total for 2 months. And then there's your name and my mom's name at the bottom for the donation. So all these things are going on. It's just growing and growing and growing.
Yes, I love it. And one of the things that happened on the show, right, Sekou? I got so inspired for Jay. I was like, well, we're just going to keep the sock drive going with the Joy socks. So 100% of the proceeds will continue to go to the unhoused organizations, the organizations who serve the unhoused. So this is now the Ministry of Joy's charity product forever. This is it. Joy socks. Joy socks, because what did Jay tell us about the need?
So I just talked about this again this morning because she inspired me. Because, as you know, this was my intention. My intention was to sell T-shirts to represent Project Love Strong and help them. And then the energy ended up being about socks. And then yesterday we found out why. Why the universe ordered it that way, because Jay came on, she talked about this increased need for socks because the weather system here in Nashville has become much like Florida, where there's these flash rainstorms and they go away. But what happens with the unhoused is they get drenched and they stay drenched for the rest of the day because they don't have shelter. Right. The socks get wet. They don't have dry socks to change into, and that creates other health issues. So when she said it, I was like, oh, wow, that's why the universe has ordered it for us to be all about these socks. I mean, you can't script it better than that. I'm trying to talk about T-shirts. Universe is like, no, let's talk about these socks. So I was inspired by her presence yesterday. I said on my show this morning that I'm going to extend the drive to the end of July for socks. So sock drive for the month of July. Not only $1 a mile for my personal run, but also please continue to buy and send socks. And at the end of July, I'm going to make another donation of socks and money to all these folks. Like, let's just get it going. If that's what the unhoused need, let's answer the call.
Yes. So congregation is answering the call. We have our 12 pairs of socks that have been purchased, 100% of the proceeds going to this effort. And now our Joy socks is a charity sock. So whoever purchases the sock, if you want to give it directly to this movement, just indicate it when you place your order, And on top of that, 100% of the proceeds will go to this amazing movement of supporting the unhoused. Yes, Lenora, six nonprofits.
6 nonprofits, and I should just shout them out.
Yeah, shout them out.
They're there, but it's hard to read, so I'm going to read them out. So Project Love Strong, of course. In God's Hand, New Directions, Old Path, Hospitality Hub, and Unhoused St. Louis. Those are the 6 nonprofits that I've been exposed to through this work of working with the unhoused. So they're new to me. Like, this just happened, really. But I'm excited to be giving back to them in a bigger way. 3 of those are the ones that I visited in Louisville and Memphis. So where I did Hero Hoodie Drop. So just really excited that my ministry with them is growing to much bigger size. All I gotta do is keep running these miles.
Yes,
and downloads while I run. It's all coming together.
Yes.
It's all coming together. Amazing.
Yes. That's how it works. That's how it works, y'all. Take that baby step. Just take that baby step, because providence is moving. Providence is moving towards you and through you. And through you, you have to make yourself available for it, right? All right, y'all. So the last thing I want to share is this Friday is our meditation with the full moon, July 23rd, 4 a.m. Eastern Time, 4 a.m. Eastern Time, right here on New Thought Media Network, also on YouTube. I am Rev Melissa. So please check that out. Please join me. We do a full-blown spiritual practice, y'all. Inspirational reading, inspirational writing, meditation, and prayer. And then we have an after party on Zoom where we get to just be with each other and fellowship and just get to know each other a little bit more. All right. So please join me this Friday. And when we do the meditation with the moon, we don't do a 10:30 sip. So if you want some of I Am Rev Melissa, you got to catch me on Friday at 4 a.m. because that's where I will be. All right, y'all. So join me tomorrow as we continue our trans series. All right. So peace and blessings, peace and justice. We're living life in joy. Yes, we are connected to our yes.